Your money is disappearing, and nobody told you. You didn't spend it. You didn't lose it. Just vanished. This is called inflation, the hidden tax on everyone. You never voted for it. Nobody asked your permission how much this costs you. In 1950, $1 bought what $5 buys today. Your dollar lost 80% of its purchasing power. But wait, who is actually taking this money from you? The answer starts with a printing machine. When government prints more money, prices rise. More dollars exist, so each dollar is worth less. Think of it like watering down your morning juice. Now let's see this hitting your actual grocery bill. Eggs cost 70% more than just 3 years ago. Gas, rent, insurance, all went up at the same time, but your paycheck did not go up the same amount. That gap is exactly how inflation steals from you. The middle class gets hit hardest every single time. Rich people own assets, those rise with inflation. But if all you have is cash, you lose every time. Savings accounts feel safe, but inflation eats them quietly. If savings grow slowly, but prices jump fast, you lose. That is why the same salary feels smaller every year. The scary part? Most people notice too late. So, how do you fight a tax you cannot see? Step 1. Track where your money actually goes. Not just big bills. The tiny leaks matter. Step 2. Kill expensive debt before it grows teeth. Credit card interest can outrun your paycheck. Step 3. Own things inflation can push upward. That can mean stocks, real estate, or a business. But your first asset may be your own skills. Skills can raise income faster than prices. Step 4. Stop measuring wealth only in dollars. Ask what your money can actually buy, because money sitting still is still losing power. Build an emergency fund, but do not stop there. Cash protects emergencies, not long-term buying power. Once you see it, you stop playing the wrong game. Inflation is invisible, but your response cannot be. But there is one more trap: lifestyle inflation. When income rises, spending often rises faster. You get a raise, then upgrade everything. A better car can become a worse budget. The payment is never the full cost. Housing works the same way. A home can build wealth or bury cash flow. Cash flow matters more than looking rich. The goal is not to spend less forever. The goal is to buy freedom before status. That means every dollar needs a job. Some dollars protect you, some dollars grow, and some dollars are quietly escaping. Cut the escaping dollars first. Then send saved money somewhere useful. The system is messy, but your plan can be simple. First, know your leaks. Second, control your debt. Third, grow your income. Fourth, make your money work while you sleep. Now imagine this happening for 10 years. A little pain each year becomes a different life. This is why people feel busy but stuck. They work more hours, but freedom feels farther away. The real fight is not rich versus poor. It is informed versus uninformed. The rules are hidden in plain sight. The first rule is price is not value. A cheap thing that breaks is expensive. A higher price can sometimes save money later. Second rule, convenience is usually rented time. Sometimes it is worth it. Sometimes it is a trap. Third rule, debt buys today using tomorrow. If tomorrow is sold, freedom gets smaller. Fourth rule, income is your strongest defense. Cutting costs helps, but earning more changes the game. The fastest path is learning skills people pay for. Then turn those skills into cash flow, and turn cash flow into assets. That is how you stop being chased by prices. Escaping prices is not enough. You need a system. A system makes good choices automatic. Most people fail because they rely on motivation. Motivation gets tired. Systems keep running. Start with one rule: pay future you first. Before bills touch your paycheck, protect a piece of it. Then build a wall between needs and wants. The problem is, wants often dress like needs. That is why every purchase needs a question. Will this help after the payment is gone? If not, it may be a dopamine bill. The best budget is not punishment. It is permission to spend without panic. Now the hidden tax has less room to attack. This is not about getting rich overnight. It is about not getting poorer without noticing. Money problems rarely arrive as one big explosion. They arrive as tiny decisions repeated for years. So the real question is simple. Who controls your dollars? If you do not control them, inflation will. Most people wait until money becomes painful, but by then the damage is already moving fast. The first warning sign is using debt for normal life. Groceries should not need future money. The second warning sign is no breathing room. One surprise should not destroy your whole month. The third warning sign is payday disappearing too fast. If Friday feels rich and Monday feels broke, you need a system. A system gives every dollar a route before it arrives. Without a route, your money follows noise. That means every dollar needs a job. Inflation does not care about your feelings. It only respects math and behavior. That is why financial education matters so much. Not because school teaches it perfectly, because noticing the game changes your moves. You stop asking, "Only can I afford this?" and start asking, "What will this cost my future?" That one question can save years of regret. Once you see the pattern, you cannot unsee it. First mission, protect your money from surprise attacks. This is your emergency fund, not your shopping fund. Second mission, attack the debt that grows fastest, because debt can outrun your paycheck silently. Third mission, invest in skills that raise income. A better skill can beat higher prices. Fourth mission, move extra money into assets. Assets are not magic, but they fight back. The biggest enemy is not inflation alone. It is inflation plus bad habits together. Your phone is designed to make spending easy. One tap feels small until it repeats every day. So add friction before the money leaves. Wait one day before buying anything emotional. If you still want it, decide with a clear head. This is how small rules beat big pressure. Now, Jack has money moving in the right direction. Inflation is still there, but Jack is not helpless now because control starts before the paycheck is spent and the hidden tax becomes weaker when your dollars have orders. Now the question is how America got here. It did not happen in one bad year. It happened one quiet decision at a time. More spending needed more money. More money made each dollar less special. Then stores adjusted their prices upward. Businesses had higher costs too, so everyone raised prices to survive. This is why inflation spreads like a chain reaction, and once it starts, people expect higher prices. That expectation can make prices rise even faster. Then the central bank tries to slow everything down. They raise interest rates to cool spending. But this cure also makes loans more expensive. So inflation hurts twice if you borrow too much. This is why cash flow matters more than flexing. A rich look can hide a broke system. A boring look can hide real freedom. The goal is not to look wealthy. The goal is to stop being controlled by prices. But control does not mean living scared. It means knowing what deserves your money. Some spending gives value back. Some spending only gives a short feeling. Learn the difference and inflation loses power. Now look at what most people do wrong. They ignore the small leaks. Then they panic over the big hole. Fixing money is usually boring before it works. But boring is exactly what keeps you safe. Every month, you repeat the same 4 moves. Protect some money, destroy some debt, buy some skill, grow some asset, and spend what is left with intention. That is the opposite of living paycheck to paycheck. You are not trying to beat rich people. You are trying to stop losing quietly. And that starts with one honest look at your money. So Jack opens the wallet. He was scared to check. He finds the truth was not one giant mistake. It was hundreds of tiny decisions adding up. And that means hundreds of tiny decisions can fix it. He does not become rich overnight, but he stops getting poorer without noticing. 1 month later, the panic is smaller. 3 months later, surprises stop feeling fatal. 6 months later, debt is losing its grip. 1 year later, Jack is not the same person,